NASCAR driver Tony Stewart pulling out of a race today after a tragic accident on the racetrack in upstate New York last night. Stewart's car accidentally struck and killed fellow driver Kevin Ward Jr. He got out of his car and was walking on the racetrack when he was hit. Leland Vittert has more.
At first, Stewart's team said he would be racing today, and just a couple of hours before race time reversed their decision, and now the NASCAR star is sitting out. The crash occurred on a dirt track in upstate New York. This is amateur video of the event, which we cannot independently confirm. However, it shows what appears to be Stewart's car colliding with a car driven by Kevin Ward Jr. Ward's car spins out. Then Ward gets out of his car and starts walking on the track. When Stewart's car comes around again for another lap, it appears Ward tries to confront Stewart, who is hurtling towards him. That's when Stewart's car collides with Ward, throwing him along the track. He was pronounced dead at the hospital.
It's a shock. There's enough track authority and everybody else out here for track officials to keep things safe, but accidents do happen.
As in any death investigation, we are going to sit down with the district attorney and his staff and review when the investigation is complete. People that witnessed it were horrified. They were extremely shocked by what they saw.
The rest of the race was immediately canceled. NASCAR issued a statement saying, in part, our thoughts and prayers go out to the family, friends, and fellow competitors of Kevin Ward Jr. We support Tony Stewart's decision to miss today's race. Officials say Stewart cooperated with the investigation last night, but so far there haven't been any final reports issued. The Associated Press reports the investigation so far is not a criminal one. In New York, Leland Vittert, Fox News.
Breaking it all down for us here is local racer Miles Lankford. Miles has raced locally and around the region since 2007 and knows how to be cautious on the track. Miles, thanks for being here and talking to us about this. This is definitely a scary situation, especially for somebody who's so young, like Ward was, 20 years old, and you've got Tony Stewart, who's 43. He's a veteran around the track. He's been in it for so long. So, I mean, really, starting out, what are the safety components on the track? I mean, as a racer, how do you make sure that you're safe at all times?
Well, usually, of course, I come from a drag racing background. It's not exactly a round track, but all cars. So basically, the rule is if you're in an accident, stay in your car. You stay in your car until the safety crew comes to you. You know, it prevents any other injuries for yourself or other people. And the only other time you would get out in an immediate situation is if, you know, you smell smoke, you see a fire, if you're fuel leaking, then yeah, it's time to get out of your car and get to a safer location. But the general rule is stay seated in your car.
Well, you know, NASCAR is notorious for, you know, the racers kind of egging each other on, and you know, Tony Stewart is always known as kind of being the bad boy of NASCAR, so to speak. You know, but when you get out there on the track, do you think that this could help change the landscape of getting out of the car? I mean, and you know, being upset at your rival out there on the track?
Yeah, certainly it could, you know, it makes people aware of, you know, the stuff that can happen when you do get out of a car. You know, it's a tragic accident. You know, I'm so sad for the family and friends of this young man. You know, he was really young. But yeah, it puts things in perspective. You know, it makes safety, you know, safety's there for a reason. It's there to protect all of us.
Lastly, talking about Tony Stewart, he's sponsored by so many people. Do you think that this might be hurting his reputation in the future if he ever comes back onto the track?
It's possible. The last I looked, they were still investigating the situation, so depending on what comes out with that, you know, definitely it could affect him later on in life. But it's all future tense now, so you can't really tell until something actually happens.
All right, Miles, we appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Yes,
really
sir.
Appreciate it.